So I know you have seen these different AI, AGI, I think that's what they're calling it now, AGI models, where ChatGPT is elevated. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out because we're in a really interesting time. And as a copywriter, I always like to look and see what the economy is doing and how buyers are thinking in 2024. And so in this video, by the end of this video, no matter how long it takes, you're going to know what buyers are thinking so that you can understand how you can position your offers and create more global impact for your business, okay? We're in this AGI shift in marketing, and it's not just in marketing, it's with everything in the world. There's a divide in the market where you're going to have people that use AI for different things, and it may create this obsolete effect for certain general laborers, okay? I was watching this video about it yesterday, and it was super interesting. And so people that have a offer or that have a job that is repetitive or that can be taught by AI, that doesn't have any customization or any experience included in it, those jobs and those businesses are going to be obsolete. So this also includes the finance industry. If you have a finance firm or a trucking logistics company, whatever your firm is, a creative agency, and your content or your offer is so repetitive and so generic that it doesn't dive deeper into the nuances and intricacies of marketing and sales or web design, whatever it is that you offer, financial services, if it doesn't dive into those individual intricacies, then you're going to experience a slower rate of business development. You're going to see your sales decrease. This is why we have a lot of people in the online business industry right now that are like, okay, what do I do now? Right? They're sitting here like, okay, sales is changing. I'm not seeing as many buyers because I can tell you right now with these online courses, y'all, they're too fluffy. They're too fluffy. When you have people that, and I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you're looking for a course, because anyone that's looking for your solution actively through search engine optimization from your blog or website, or looking on Instagram to book with you, they are comparing you to other competitors. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's what they're doing, because that's what buyers do, right? When I'm ready to buy something, I don't just look at one person. That'd be nice and easy, but that's not how it works. So you have to be diligent and you have to rise to the occasion as a CEO, right? So buyers are looking at different things. If I'm a buyer, a B2B buyer, and I want to invest, let's say I want to invest in video marketing, okay? Because I see how powerful video is, but I need to be more confident on screen, and I need video editing, and I just don't know the strategy, and I've been stuck doing ChatGPT, and I want somebody to come in and give me the high level strategy that's gonna help me get to my next 50 to 75K in revenue. If you are this person that's looking for that, you are looking at multiple video editors or video programs, and you're seeing on the sales page what's best. So if you don't have a sales page, sorry, they're probably not even going to work with you, sorry. Okay, if you don't have a website, sorry, there's not enough information. Now, if you have some kind of sales page in the stead of your website, that's okay, but you have to have an online presence, and it has to be strategic. It can't just be generic when you're selling a high ticket offer. Third, when they're going through and they're looking at your sales page, they're looking at your process, and then they go to look at somebody else's process. It should not be the same process with a different name on it. No, guys, no. It absolutely should not. Because me as a buyer, if I'm looking at different people's processes and I'm seeing the details and I'm like, okay, this person doesn't tell me the process, or I go to a different page and this person's like, the same process that I've seen somewhere else, and they just flip the name real quick. That's not how you do marketing. And we have been super spoiled in the business and marketing industry since 2020. But let me tell you, I started this business back in 2017 before like the 2020 hype. And that is not how we do writing. That is not how we do journalism. That is not how we do marketing. That is not how we do sales, guys. The PPP era is over. We are in the longevity era where people actually want ethical business results, ethical sales, okay? And you should be doing that anyway. Like that should honestly be a tenet of your brand, to be ethical with high integrity and truth, to talk someone through whether they need you or not. You don't want to convince someone that they need you. That's not my goal when I write email copy. right? That's not my goal when I get on a sales call. That's not my goal when I'm talking to anyone in business, or that's not even my clients' goals when they're sending emails. Their goal is to simply investigate and see if we would be the right fit working together. You see how that positions someone from being on the fence to, oh, there's demand here. Yeah, let me just see so I can make the decision. Because if you have to make the decision for your buyer, you're taking power away from them. And when you're taking power away from people, obviously they're not going to trust you. And so you may have had the most beautiful sales page that you invested $5,000 in, and then you did all the graphic design and all these things, but when they go to book a sales call with you, or they go and see your emails, the email copy that you're sending out, and you're pushing them against the wall and taking power from them, they are not going to trust you. All the trust that you thought you were building is going to automatically be reversed because you're trying to do things the wrong way. That's not how we go about sales. That's not how we do it. You have to do it with being an ethical person, integrity, honesty, and do it from a permission-based approach so that it's something where you're not pushing a sales process on them. They're coming in and identifying if they would like to work with you. That's it. And you have to be able to give people that power so that you don't seem desperate in your email copy and sales pages, because these emails and sales pages out here are screaming desperation. And I want y'all to live your best life, okay? I want your business to flourish. But desperation is not the way. So if you have to listen to music, if you have to ground yourself, and if you have to outsource and invest in your email copy so that your head can be in a different space, then do that. But doing things out of desperation, people can see that through the email copy. You got desperation just bleeding through the copy. You got desperation bleeding through the sales calls. And so then people ghost you and you're like, what happened? I did everything right. It must be them. It's not them, because this is your business. It's not them. So you need to be ethical with how you create marketing and how you do your business. This is the shift with AGI. It's going to be even more pertinent. It's going to be even more in demand, because you're going to see a lot of these creators and businesses and business coaches who are not ethical. They're going to go out of business, okay? Straight up, they're going to go out of business. Next, retreats. Retreats are going to be on the up and up. Why? Because with AI, I'm wanting human experience. I saw a statistic, loneliness is like the top search trend right now. Me knowing that as somebody in business, as a copywriter, okay, that tells me a lot of buyers are lonely. How can I help them through my copy? How can I help them to feel more connected? How can I help them to feel like I'm their friend, right? People just want their friends, right? People just want to feel seen and heard. That's a basic human psychology thing. People want to feel seen and heard. So retreats are going to be on the up and up. If you have a business that's retreat based, or that's part of some of the market, or part of some of your business development that you do, that's awesome. Keep it up, because it's going to be on the up and up with AI. Because one thing that AI cannot do is offer retreats. You're not going to have AI like walk you through your retreat and it's going to feel amazing. Or if you did do that, you probably wouldn't like it. You would feel even more lonely, right? So self and business development, right? Online coaches, finance providers, service providers. This is good news for those of you who have high integrity, work in being ethical, and truly want the best for your clients and want to get them long-term results. This is your time to shine. Your sales are going to go up, because with self and business development, people don't want the fluffy courses anymore. I just said it. If we can find your course with somebody else's name on it, and you just kind of did the same thing, but you flipped the name, that's not ethical. So self and business development, people that are truly authentic about how they're building their business. And this is why I tell you guys, stories convert. Stories make you unique, because no one on earth has my story. No one in this earth has your story. And so the things that you don't want to talk about, you think it's not important to go through a 20 client questionnaire and to get down to the nitty gritty of what your background is, what your offer is, what makes you different. You're going to have to change that if you want to see sales. So self and business development. The story is going to be the differentiator, okay? And if y'all know my story, I'll try and make it quick because it's actually really long. Back in 2020, I left the US to become a digital nomad with my family Email marketing gave me the power to do it, okay? Email marketing, having my email marketing automation set up, letting words do the heavy lifting. And I'm an introvert, if you didn't know. And I know I come on here on video a lot, but I'm an introvert. And I didn't have to go live 50,000 times, contrary to what people will teach. I actually just wrote email copy and sent it out. And then clients would work with me. So email is powerful. That's a little short takeaway on my business, because as a mom and as a wife, I just didn't have time to go live, to be on social media all day, right? So I outsourced some of that. So I only like to do the things I like to do. And what I like to do, I like to write email copy for myself and my clients, right? So that's my story, a short synopsis of my story. My story is much longer, but you can go back and just scroll and binge all the content if you want to learn more about that. Sustainable marketing. The era, I told y'all, the PPP era is gone, okay? So when people had these $30,000, $60,000 loans, and they were like, okay, money is flowing freely, we're in a different era now with AI. The economy is going to tighten up. One, because we're in times of war. If you're a copywriter, your business coach, your marketing person isn't seeing this and talking about it, well, you may want to look at someone who is talking about it, because this is reality. We are in times of war. We are in times when people don't just throw money at things that they're not sure can get them a return. If there's any uncertainty, that's why I'm telling you, you can't have any gaps. If there's any uncertainty in your offer, your audience is just not going to buy, because from their standpoint, first of all, they are not an ATM, so don't treat people like that, okay? Second of all, they're thinking, okay, if they have a family, they're like, okay, well, how does this fit into my legacy? Do I even believe in this mission, this person? And really, they may even believe in your process, but if they don't believe in your brand tenets, then they're not going to work with you, because sales happen when you have know, like, and trust. People only buy from those, and I've been saying this since 2017. People only buy from those that they know, that they like, and that they trust. And if they start to know you and then they kind of start to like you, but the trust factor isn't there, this is why sustainable marketing is important. Sustainable marketing means having your funnel that works, having your blog content, having your emails or your podcast. Then you have your email list that you're building organically over and over. You don't need ads to build an email list, but if you have ads, that's perfect and wonderful too. Either way, both of them work, but make sure you're sustainable. Make sure you're sending emails consistently. That's sustainable marketing. It's sustained over a long time, right? Because if you continue emailing your audience month by month, 8 times a month at least, less than 8 times a month, you're not going to see returns. You're not going to see a profit. You may be able to pay off some of your expenses, but you're not going to see a real profit like you want to see. So that's sustainable marketing. And this time with AI, doing the human connection via email, via your website copy, via your sales pages, that's sustainable. Not just throwing money at the glitz and glam of marketing and just throwing money as if you're a corporation when you're not a corporation yet. You are a small business. And so you need to think, okay, what's going to generate revenue? What's going to elevate the client experience? The answer to that is email copy, okay? That's the answer to that. Now, education and finance industries. Y'all know I work with finance firms, but I also work with education and tech companies, right? So people that have marketing courses, actual like tech companies like Clever Ed Tech, I go and consult on these teams like that. And I assist them to audit their brand message, because we cannot create email copy until we make sure the message is actually dialed in and working for your ideal audience. So education and finance industries are going to increase in the age of AGI. With AGI and this like ability to just on demand have all these graphics and all of these like landscapes that are generated through video automation, right? They're generated through AI. There's going to be a higher demand for education and finance industries that use personalization and experience. And so if customer service was ever important, it's right now in 2024. If human interaction, whether it's a Zoom call, group coaching program, or just part of your process where you're helping someone to understand the psychology of what they're going through, that is going to take the bread and butter, 100%. in the education and finance industries. This works even for like children's courses. Whatever education realm you're in, it has to be highly personalized, because people in the age of AI want to experience life. They're looking for, they're, as we said earlier, they're looking and being lonely. They're like, how do I get rid of this loneliness? People are like, I want community. So you need to be the person to show up and do that. So that means if you're a finance firm that used to just do done for you services, maybe you should start some type of incubated setting where you're not just consulting with one person, but you have the ability to consult with multiple people, right? Or you have the ability to create some kind of retreat, something where you can give them a better life experience. Or in my case, I'm an introvert, so I love working with other introverts and just having that 1-to-1 or 1-to-3, like a incubated setting where I can talk to them directly and they understand. That's where in education you also have to understand the different types of learning. But I can go on and on with this, but I'm going to stop it right here. We're at the 15-minute mark. That is the shift in business and the economy for the foreseeable future, okay? So you want to be sustainable, you want to elevate the client experience, and you want to use email copy and stories to do that. If you don't know how to tell a good story, and I'm not just saying like a little origin story and then that's it. No, you have to have stories lined up. I actually have banks of stories, vaults of stories that I work with my clients for. And yes, that takes a lot of time. But that's where you have an expert come in and consult with you so you can get those stories out. That's something that you can't do with AI. That's something that ChatGPT can't do. ChatGPT can't tell you, what happened last week at 13 p.m. when you were talking to your client and it was a fantastic experience, because they're not in your brain, right? So you still need to strategize and get those stories out and free up the brain space. If you don't have the brain space because you're doing too much right now, just slow down for a minute, turn some nice music on, and start looking at what type of marketing strategists you want to work with. Start looking at, okay, how can I invest in my storytelling? That's what you need to be doing. That's going to move the needle in your business even further and make sure your business is not obsolete in the age of AI. So welcome to the longevity era. We're in it together. Talk soon.